Rekanaya nantiya nondotuya uyanaya kazi zia nana haulasu eananda kanaya garakanakati shu shin shia shonaya o shauna linlinya shu shin shia na shawa shin shia na nanea eanana ai orkla nikete krea nakawa kosuniti ria kana na mafola tasu ria nakatanya namana Monaya kandakuya namanana Ru Yaraya mini Numiya Remember you Remember who you truly are. Are truly. Ring into now. Now. Siana nakanaya. Orangande eanatu. Eanana eanakananae. Shiraniana hahakananandea ina. Yananu. Yanadata yanadu shia sushin. Shianakania shu. Yes, to remain clear and truly, wholly connected into your true selves. Remaining clear, wholly connected into your truest self is the English translation of that vocalization of energy, vocalization of a language, you could say, that speaks purely of the exact intent, exact energies, truly being felt in my center, for all of creation, for all of God, for all of Source, for the unification of ourselves individually, completely and totally, in divine union and divine love and whole mastery, in a sense of full surrender to be who we truly are, and following that, following spirit, following source, soul center, fractal individual connection to God, as God, to source of all creation beyond your individual source, soul essence. The mastery of that is this surrender and opening continuation to spirit and all layers and levels that is to be learned, grounded, and understood, loved, expanded into, and lived through experientially, to master and open up all the channels, all of our fullest capacity of being, to allow in God, to allow in source, to allow in that true spirit, infinite, indivisible, like true living light that you actually are, and the true living divine love that you actually are. In our own unique pathways, journeys of remembering that and being that in our uniquity, our unique, perfect beauty. What it means to truly open up and do whatever it is that we're meant to do in this world, and even in moments of expression, to bring through the truest teachings of our core souls and hearts, of the core of our cores, most kept safe. The sacred jewel within us, the sovereign gem within us that we are to embody. It is coveted, you could say. It is secreted away, and walls are built up around it only because it is the dearest thing to our truest hearts, our truest gem of the truest core essence of who we really, really are. It is not that those are false walls exactly, they're just momentary boundaries or protective barriers to protect the most sacred from any distortions or anything tried to be against living organic creation, or against actual life, actual creation, and the original codes and templates and energies and true essences of being, to remember and embody in our own uniqueness that is found within that core. There are these boundaries and walls that we find, cores within cores within cores within cores, as we go deeper within ourselves. Different layers, different levels, different wisdoms, different knowledge, different experiences through like the many lives that we live into this life, and all that we've lived and learned how to even more love and master ourselves through these human journeys, to be even more of God's love, to be even more of unity within these human forms, within these human lifetimes, to be that unity, to be that pure love and pure joy and pure truth and pure holy divine actual peace within the knowingness of that unity, within the knowingness of who we truly are, within those each cores, going down to that unifying, all alchemizing togetherness core of our cores. So that is the musical transmission here today, bringing through that remembrance and helping us to get deeper into ourselves. And just the same through these words, this is all the same, and it is a musical expression. Even just speaking like this and using my tonal vibration, unique voice of my own self, my own body, my own soul frequencies to express as we all have individually, to express and to be through the way of our voice, to express our holy divine truth, to reach deeper within our cores and bring out the teachings and the wisdoms and the beautiful gifts and codes of creation that we hold back to each other, shared with each other in an open way externally as to internally in the internal realms of which we all share and can access as well. To share our heaven from within to without, only to help us each remember the heaven within us and the cores within us and our unique expressions. Our unique expressions of self as source in our soul source essences of creation of which we are embodying, and so much more awakening through the actual ascending mastery journey, the actual ascension journey of actually mastering to open up and embody our truest essences as we feel into, through our healing journey, the reclaiming healing and clarification and divine love and divine light of God, our essence, our true soul source, living divine essence, to be reclaimed throughout all time, space, and dimension, reality, and realm. All of our chi and all of our life force, all of our consciousness, all of our energies, to be reclaimed, purified in that love light of source, and brought back into our bodies, to reintegrate through the highest self, through the highest heart of the highest frequency and highest dimensions to the 12th dimensional frequencies and beyond, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and beyond, and to infinity higher frequencies over living organic creation, to our highest selves, to our oversouls, and to God of all creation, and to the oversoul of everyone and of God itself of all creation, and to the multiversal and infiniancy of all creation and all source. The source of source of source, so like the core of our beings. But how that all connects into now, into these 3D realms, into this universe, into this galaxy, into this solar system, into this earth, to this humanity now. Through our experiences of really individually remembering our core self so that we can do this mastery work, this great work to help each other remember and raise the frequency and whole collective embodiment in the truth of humanity as a whole. Even more in complete harmony, complete union, working together, and then ascending from there as the densities raise in vibrations and things truly actualize in their shifting of physicality through the spirit and human embodiment, and more so expression and playing out the literal, like artful, literal, like painting artful creation of creation of us expressing that through the various layers and levels of evolution and quantum leaping as a collective humanity, but that we do that work within ourselves first and foremost, and we can do all of that work now for ourselves as for all of humanity and all of God's source, all of creation, to lead through our individual purposes and missions and creativity that we're here to leave through increasingly healing, increasingly opening up in divine love and dissolving away in that softness and that openness and that clarity and that peace and that purity and that truth. All the layers and levels of blockages or separation of self, reunifying all those polarities in a divine union, letting them be perfectly exactly as they're meant to be each, but in a divine union where they work together and become one in even greater capacity of the magic they can bring, every polarity within us, the magic that they can bring to this world, to all of creation. but in helping humanity to remember that too by us doing that work in this life. And healing and reunifying all of our lives throughout time, space, and dimension, parallel as they are in time, space, and dimension, living now quantumly. Parallel as they are, and as we heal ourselves, we're healing all of ourselves. And as we heal all of ourselves, we're healing all of everyone and all of creation. All of creation, to help it learn and know and experience and become itself more in a higher ascended version of what all of source and all of creation is, from source and of source. A higher ascended version of that. Whatever that is. Really. The point is, like, just us doing the healing work and unifying work and literally following our surrendered and open to spirit living lives here eventually leads to and does connect infinitely always throughout all of ourselves in time, space, dimension, reality, and realm, parallel life. And whatever is meant to come through for us in remembrance or through reclaiming, through remembrance, and through healing for these lives to become aware of in those lives, those experiences. Anyway. I just love you guys so much. I love you. Thank you. I love you so, so much. Remember. Just be that divine love. Make the choice to be that wholeness through every opportunity, every challenge, every thing brought to you by God, to even more choose your unity and choose your wholeness. Choose who you truly are at your core. Just ever increasingly become greater and greater and greater, and easier and easier and easier. You'll heal more and more and more. You'll come to new points in your path where things shift and where you need to focus on for greater expansion and healing naturally. It's so simple. Just follow who you are. Follow your heart. Do you feel and know what that is? Do not compromise. Do not let the external sway you in any way against who you truly are. Continue in that fervent knowingness, that fervent embodiment and truth. So that is all that's needed, is all of you. Ever increasingly. The humility and the humbleness that comes through just opening up and expressing exactly as you need to. Only for the healing and unifying of all of creation through self. And I bring that through for the simpleness that sometimes we get caught up in ego. Sometimes we get caught up in expressing or being things, and it becomes like this ego human identity expression. That's great, that's perfect, and that's a part of you at the time. And we should continue to express it, but also to open up and realize the literal lucidity and in lucidity, the literal realism of what that means and feels like inside you and what you're actually doing. And does it support you in wholeness and unity and expansion and growing and serving in your purpose and your mission? And does it serve everyone else in the exact same full, infinite, expanded capacity, and like everything they bring through does actually connect and support others through that pure, open clarity, that pureness, that openness, that childlike innocence and playfulness? That childlike infinite innocence and playfulness and remembrance, and being able to literally just learn and know things instantly by the complete openness but detachedness of everything, like being detached to all the things we're open to learn and receive. And that's the thing, is open to receive it upon the learning. so that when it's like you integrate it is the learning, and allowing that to fully come through and integrate for what you need in your journey now and onward at certain points is like the truest essence of learning, the truest essence of being detached and yet open in that innocence and playfulness and exploration and discovery, to just experience and to know that innocent with that childlike laughter and joy and freedom of like the sun of the universe, of just shining on everything and be like, wow, I see everything, I want to experience everything, I want to know everything, in the pure, whole, detached way of just being it and being what I need to be and experiencing what I need to be. Only to support all of life and all of creation, only to support my whole joyful, innocent unity and divine love of being, divine love of. Because it just is. You don't have to strive for love. You don't have to, it's not in a different time or space. It's right now, it's in this moment, it's ever discoverable and ever attainable and ever connectable. Same thing with divine, like whole literal peace and whole literal truth embodiment of everything that you stand for and everything that comes through you, and that whole peace unification. I wanted to paint another layer picture of that. That's why I said it again. And it's just a choice of being that continuously, openly, innocently, and transmitting it through you in whatever way it is to be transmitted, through your pure, whole openness to spirit, in all of its ever infinite, and how it's meant to express through the lens of your human body, and yet shine on all the layers and levels of shadow, of wounding, of trauma still to heal and love and bring back home to your core center, into unity, to then express more of that through the lens of your human body and the sacredness of what that is. The sacredness of you being you at your core, but yet you being you also in your humanness, your DNA and your genetics, and in unification of that, how that comes through in the healing journey and also lifts up in vibration and expression, in communication, all the cells of the body, all the DNA, all the electrons, to shine forth your spirit through the lens, increasingly becoming clearer, increasingly becoming purer, just clearer to express in that whole literal spirit human union embodiment, which is to become one and the same, and therefore there is no differentiation. It's another polarity union thing. Spirit and whole true core self with the human body and human experience. But how do those become one as basically just your true core soul source God essence, you expressing and just being in your pure, open, innocent humility, playfulness, exploration, discovery, givingness, receivingness. Yeah, I thought this video was going to end 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, but more wanted to come through. There's always more. There's always more, so I'll catch you guys later. I love you.